Join Venus Castleberg as she teleports you to the wonderland of possibilities, where we explore consciousness from the inside out to create a different world, where problems are possibilities and your point of view really does create your reality.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. So grateful to be here with you today and excited about this topic. As somebody who's been aware of entities for a pretty long time, I, at first, and I think maybe some of you might feel this too, like if you're aware of them, like there's this sudden belief or need to perhaps always be on for them, especially if you're new to it. If you've been dealing with entities for a while, maybe you don't have this. It took me a little while to definitely get around to this. Hello, all of you who've joined. So nice to have you here. But like this, just because you're aware of something does not mean that you have to do something with it. So a great, and you might, no matter where you are in your journey of being a psychic medium or wanting to be a psychic medium, it's possible, and anyone is capable of tapping into that awareness for sure, just so you know. But when you first become aware of this, or you're in your earlier years, you might think, oh, I'm aware of entities, so that means I need to now do something with it. I'll tell you a little story. Back when I first became a clairvoyant medium, I had a couple of mentors, and both of my mentors found missing children. And I'll be honest with you, back then, I didn't have the access consciousness tools. I wasn't emotionally stable in my life or anything like that. So I knew finding missing children was not going to be for me. And so I just flat out told them that. I basically said, I'm not okay with finding missing children. So you're going to need to go find somebody else for that. And that's knowing yourself and setting those healthy spiritual boundaries, whatever they are for you, right? So it might be okay for you to be on 24/7, and it might be fun for you. That's okay too. But I want to just encourage you that as you're learning, or maybe you've been around a while and you still feel like you have to be on all the time, you don't. And you actually get to say what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Also, when you have your spiritual sight, you can turn it on and off. So if you're somebody who's asking for your sight to be turned on, that's fine. And you can turn it off if it doesn't work for you, right? So you get to dictate how it works for you. And that's maintaining those and setting up those healthy boundaries for yourself. We also, in Access Conscious, we have some clearings that we do, like you can clear entities. We have this thing called business hours, and you get to just spend time with the entities. The suggestion with that, though, is that you set the time that works for you. So I have business hours 5 days a week. I do Monday through Friday, first thing in the morning when I wake up. Do I forget sometimes? Absolutely. But not often, because I committed to that time so that entities weren't bugging me all the time. They weren't around me all the time. Now, if somebody comes in pretty strong, I'm like, awesome, I'm happy to talk to you, or I'm happy to do clearings for you, or whatever it is that they're asking for, but you need to come back tomorrow morning when I first wake up, right? So that's my deal. That's how I have my own healthy boundaries. And again, you have to find something that works for you. It might be that you talk to them once a week. It might be that you don't want to talk to them at all. It's all okay. And I just wanted to hop on here and just encourage you to really set the parameters. I don't want to say boundaries and make it a hard line, but set the parameters that work for you. If this is something that's you really want to explore and would be fun for you, then by all means. And I'll be honest, when I first became a clairvoyant medium, I felt like I was on 24/7, because it was like, wow, that's so cool, and wow, that's so neat, and oh, look at that, and right? So I had this enthusiasm and this excitement, but then as I went on with my life and as time passed, I realized, well, I can't actually be on all the time and still be engaged with the people in my life here, or be present at holiday gatherings or whatever it is, right? When you're looking, when you're always in the spirit realm per se. So again, it's like going, okay, now's family time. And then when family time's over, I'll go back to, doing my office hours or spending time with them. And then if you're somebody who does this for work, or that you actually do readings and you're tapping into the spirit realm on a regular basis, then for you, it's going to be more like, okay, I'm open for business when I'm open for business. And then maybe when you go home, you're like, okay, I'm no longer open for business. It's time for you to leave me alone, and you can come tomorrow when I'm open for business again. And then just one little side note trick that I'd like to encourage you, as you might be becoming aware of entities, or if you're somebody's been aware of them for a long time and working with them, that's awesome. If as you're becoming aware of them, you can also ask them to bring people to you with physical bodies with money in hand. It's not, you don't this is not a place where you, again, this healthy boundary thing, you don't have to just give everything all the time for free. So some entities will and some entities can't, and that's fine. I still do my business hours, and I don't really, it's not linear either. So I don't like say, well, you didn't bring this person to me to pay me. I don't do that. I'm just like, I'm open to contribution. I'm open to you bringing money to me in other ways. Sometimes I find money and I immediately say, thank you very much, because I know that that's from the entities that have desired to contribute to me. So, because I've asked for that, right? But again, this is like, you don't have to just, because you're aware of them, do everything for free. You can also go, okay, I'm actually going to start doing sessions and I'm going to charge for it. And then as you charge for it, you can ask the entities to bring people to you that have cash in hand that they would like to talk to, that kind of thing. So there's lots of different ways that you can do it, but it's really ultimately you setting up boundaries that work for you and setting the parameters, like I said, the guidelines to the entities, to the spirit realm, and make sure that it's what's best for you. I was just having a conversation with some people in the Enlightenment Academy, and I just said, we have this thing like maybe somebody else is going to put us first, right? Nobody's going to put you first. You have to put you first. And if not, like, it's like nobody, you have to put you first, because everybody else has to put themselves first. It's the same with the spirit realm. You have to put you first, right? And make yourself a priority. And then everyone else will get in line. They really will. And this doesn't have to be just for entities without bodies. Could also be for family, since we are now moving into holiday time, or have started since yesterday. If you're in the US, we had Thanksgiving yesterday. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. But that like need to suddenly cut yourself off or put family first or do all that stuff, I'm going to encourage you that even with family and beings with body, to make yourself a priority, put yourself first. You take care of you, and you basically create the life that you want for you, that works best for you. And we have a tool in Access Consciousness called Heavy and Light. So if something's heavy, it's a lie for you. If something's light, it's what's true for you, right? So you can use this when I'm talking too. So if there's anything that I'm saying that is heavy for you, throw it away. If it doesn't apply to you, absolutely throw it away. Please do not believe me. Please do not trust me. Trust you. And whatever you are aware of and whatever works for you is what's best for you. And that's also healthy spiritual boundaries, right? Because it's like acknowledging like, hey, it works for me to be on 24/7. That's awesome. It doesn't work for me to be on 24/7, but that's me. And then you got to do you. You do you, and I'll do me. And just this little trick on that, if you choose what's light for you, what's best for you, it will work out for everyone. And if you choose what's heavy for you or what's alive for you, it doesn't work out for anyone. So consider that when you're choosing what works for you, and know that it will work out better for everybody if you're choosing what's best for you. I absolutely adore you. I'm super grateful. Thank you for all of you watching and listening today, now, and in the future. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day. Bye.